Up, my friends? How are you guys doing? Chris back again. It's great to be here. It's hot as heck outside, so we're staying inside this summer, and we are watching movies, and we're going to talk about some movies. In fact, today, we're going to be talking about a movie from 1974 called Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Okay? Now, let me tell you a little something about Captain Kronos, right? I've seen this movie at the stores when I was growing up. I saw it at Best Buy and stuff as a young adult, you know, early 20s, late teens. And it's always intrigued me. What is this movie about? What is the essence of Captain Kronos, right? I've never seen it. You know, let's march forward, you know, a couple decades. Now I'm an old man, right? And I've never seen Captain Kronos. Well, I was surfing through the, you know, the $5 digital sale on Amazon Prime, and I happened to come across Captain Kronos for $4.99. I've never seen it, again. So I send out an SOS to all of my peers and my friends that are also cinephiles, and I asked them, I said, hey guys, have you ever seen Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter? And now this is a Hammer film, and if anybody knows anything about Hammer films, they're, you know, basically horror, and I'm a big fan of Hammer films. Didn't know this was a Hammer film, so, you know, I'm waiting. I send my feelers out to all my peeps, right? It comes back to me. I've never seen this. Never heard of it. Dude, what is this movie you're telling me about? So I realized that I, Chris, I'm going to be the savior of all my friends and tell them about this movie. And so I'm including you guys, my YouTube friends, my Facebook friends, all of my friends, and we're going to discuss Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, because I got to be the hero this time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get any feedback from anybody, so I'm going to tell y'all so you can tell the world. You know what I'm saying? So Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter is, again, a Hammer horror film, British horror studio. For those of you that don't know what Hammer horror is, it's a British horror film studio that used to release things in the 60s and 70s that were a bit edgy for the time. There was a lot of sexualization. There was a lot of, you know, a little more bloody than, I guess, the American counterparts at the time. So Hammer has always been having kind of a cult following with people. And so when I saw this, and you know, I bought it for $4.99 because I said, I've got to tell everybody what it's about since nobody knows. And so $4.99, hit play, boom, here we are. Guys, this is not your typical vampire movie. It's better than your typical vampire movie from the 70s, right? You know, we get our Blackulas, we get our Christopher Lees, all that good stuff. Sorry, guys, I thought I heard something scratching on behind me as, ooh, spooky noises. Anyway, so this, you know, I'm watching this, and, you know, it's not a gothic horror tale. It's not a gothic film, because most vampire films back then, like I said, Christopher Lee, they were always gothic, you know, cape, in the darkness of the night, all that kind of stuff. This is more dark fantasy, which I appreciated. I felt it was more in line with Conan the Barbarian and Beastmaster and stuff like that than I was, oh, this is like a Dracula type movie, you know what I mean? So I was really, really impressed with the way they approached the storytelling, the action, all that kind of stuff in this. I really, really appreciated that. And, you know, we have Horst Janssen. He plays Captain Kronos, right? He's really good. He has this kind of suave, debonair, you know, all the ladies look at him when he rides through the countryside on his horse. He's galloping, and they're like, oh, he's so handsome, right? So they love this dude. And he's driving, you know, riding his horse through the countryside, and all these people are questioning what he's doing, and then it gets revealed, I'm a vampire hunter. Oh, snap, that makes him even more badass than he already was to the villagers. So, and I love the fact that they go so deeply into the vampire mythos and the mythology of the vampire, because, you know, it's not just, oh, a stake through the heart and they're done. Like, he has like a little minion that goes around with him, and he's like, we have to find out what kind of vampires these are. You know, just like species of predators and animals, you have to find out what type of vampire you're dealing with. Does it bite on the neck? Is it like what kind of vampire? And I thought that was beautifully original. I said to myself, that's cool, because it's not just a cut and dry, we're going to take on this vampire, stake, cut off its head, burn it, whatever, holy water. That doesn't apply to some vampires. And I thought that was an awesome little like plot twist, a little nuance, if you will, that they threw into the film. I loved that. And I loved the action, that it wasn't like, this is 74, so we're not going to get like gruesome disembowelments and all that kind of stuff, but it was very, for the time, it was pretty hardcore. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of good practical makeup effects for back then. It's not super bloody, but like if I was a little kid and I watched this, I say little kid, I don't mean like 8. I mean like if I was like 12 or 13 and watched this, I would be absolutely enthralled. Hell, I'm enthralled now as a 40-year-old man. Watching this movie, it just takes me back to a simpler time. I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, man, if I'd have seen this as a kid, I would have never, ever, like, this movie had to have been something that inspired Len Wiseman to make Underworld. It had to inspire people to make 30 Days of Night, like, because it added so, in my opinion, it added so much to the vampire mythology, just with just a couple of scenes explaining there's different types of vampires, there's different ways to kill them. I'm a professional vampire hunter, and I know these ways, and I'm going to show you to all these people. And I loved that. I thought that was such, like, the devil's in the details, right? And I loved the action of it. Was very well choreographed. The scenery's beautiful. You know, we get these old English countrysides and stuff. A lot of set. That's another thing. Locations, man. Nothing's on a sound stage. Everything's on location. And you can tell, and it makes the film better for it. So, guys, Captain Kronos. If you've never seen it, you need to check it out, because it is an excellent film that really adds to the vampire subgenre of horror. Again, this isn't a gothic horror film. This is more like gothic fantasy, and I'm here for it. You know what I mean? So, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, gets 4 out of 5 stars. Check it out for sure. If you can find a physical copy, buy that sucker. I bought the digital copy for $4.99, like I said to begin with, and I'm probably going to watch it again in the near future, because it was such a solid film. So anyway, guys, that's it for Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. If you like my reviews, by all means, please like and subscribe. Start some conversations in the comments section. Let's talk about this movie. Who has seen it? Who likes it? Who doesn't like it? Let's talk about it, guys. But anyway, I'm going to keep making them as long as you guys keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, my friends, and I'll see you soon.